Greetings everyone and welcome to traditional arena cube draft. This is the first one of this cube iteration, so this is a cube that has when the newest card sets are Historic Anthology. Is it 4 or 5? And then of course Strixhaven. I actually didn't check out what are the I just skimmed through the cube card list, so I'm not actually sure what kind of themes are in this cube. And since this is my first draft of this iteration, I just maybe pick some cards that are strong and probably have some kind of a pretty normal deck without any funny business going on. I'm not any cube draft expert, so don't expect me to be excellent in this format, but I want to draft this anyway and might as well record it for my channel. So Starnham Unleashed is probably going to be good enough in the cube. This is not, of course, anything like a vintage cube or a legacy cube in Magic Online. It's still, of course, high power level compared to regular limited format, but still, you can win with creatures and you don't have to do broken stuff to do well in this cube. I'm pretty sure about that. So I can just take like a card like a Starnham Unleashed, which is very, excellent value for your mana. Of course, the pack had a lot of other first pickable cards too. Now here, I do like the sets more, which I think this is quite nice even in cube, but I also can just take something that is white here. I'm sure there must be some kind of combinations with this blink ability, but I think I would not take something like an ephemerate when I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna be blinking with it. The Glorious Protector is okay. It is still a white card, so I could keep picking white cards here. And even though I think the sets more, which is quite a bit better, this creates those free tokens, it's pretty nice. I might just take the white card here still. There's also mana fixing. In cube you always want to pick mana fixing very high because the quality of the cards in your deck will be great no matter what, so you want to take mana fixing. I mean the lands that can produce, or in that case bring you other lands that can produce multiple colors of mana, they are very valuable in cube. So I took the Glorious Protector so that I don't have to force myself into like black and white right away. Now this pack doesn't have anything white I'm interested in. There is the Field of the Dead, but it's something that really requires drafting all the lands to actually get it happen. Of course it's an extremely strong card, but you have to pick all the dual lands, any kind of lands that you see when you take this, because of course this only works with lands with different names. So what is the pick here? It could be the Burgi, it could be Sarkhan, it could be still Thoughtseize, because black and white could work, and this is going to be an okay card. Not sure though. Maybe it could be that the red is open, given that I see all that stuff. Maybe I could take the Sarkhan, but I like the Burgi too. It has two good modes, so let's take that one. Okay, now I again see white. Now this could be a move to go to mono white. I just take the Benalis Marshal and hope that mono white is open. There's no red in here, so Burgi definitely is not an important card now. So this really is tempting me. I could get maybe like a secret pack. Not sure if I care about the Pilgrim. Maybe I do, because with Starnham Unleashed, the extra lands are nice. There's like a Nimble Obstructionist, Call of the Death Dweller, and Null Priest of Oblivion, which are good cards definitely. So I could still go to black-white here. But I think I'll try the mono white now that I got this Benalis Marshal this late. Of course it's going to be very hard to play anything else than mono white with this card that has triple white in the mana cost. Okay, Verdurous Gearhulk, excellent. And there are still nice black cards, but there are also good white cards. Crawling Barrens is not bad either. I would be playing it in a mono white deck. It doesn't matter. It would make the Benalis Marshal a 4-drop instead of a 3-drop if I happen to draw this early in the game. But there's also the Emerius Call, there's a Ranger of Ears, and Basri's Lieutenant. I'm gonna take a mono white card here. I'm just not exactly sure which of them, and I can move Berge here to the sideboard. Ranger of Ears will be nice because if I get those 1-drops, and the cube has quite a few of them. But I think I'll just take the land here because this is, I mean, it's either a land or a spell, and both are very good. Alright, so I'm gonna go for the mono white route. Treasure Map is more like a mid-range deck card. Now this would have been a good black and white deck too, because the Scrap Heap Scrounger is a very nice aggressive card. Do I want to have the Alshade or the Kabira Takedown? I'm not necessarily that aggressive of a deck, but maybe I'll just take the Alshade to have some early drops here. Okay, yeah, the white card in here is not exactly great. It can be a nice sideboard card, although so can the Forsake the Worldly. This is a best of 3 draft. Yeah, I think the Forsake is the more likely sideboard card. How about this thing? Okay, well, no. I have a Skyclave Cleric and a Ministrant of Obligation here too. I will take a 3-drop. I do want to have more early drops too, but this is a pretty nice 3-drop here. Okay, this is fantastic. There's a Declaration in Stone, Mind Stone, and the Adorned Pouncer. I think this is the best card out of these. The Eternalize option is very nice, but I wouldn't mind having, either of these options either. So, okay, and I get the early place here. I don't even have to care about this mana fixing. I'm actually a bit surprised Thermophic Expanse is still here, because you really want to have that your decks that are not monocolored in cube, that you have a bunch of lands that can fix your mana. Playing like a 9-8 basic lands is quite bad. I don't have any big synergy for this, so I think I'll just take a 2-drop. I don't have any big synergy for the Proliferate either, so I'll take the 2 mana, 2 mana, 3-1. And here I'll just take the Pride. I'm not sure if I'm gonna main deck it, but let's take it as the only card I care about. Call of the Death Willer came back. So did Nimble Obstructionist. Interesting, but I got the Pilgrim. It's nice. Nice with the Emerius Call and the Starnheim Unleashed. Oh, wow, look at this. So I have one drop for the Ranger of Ears, but I think the Basri's Lieutenant is just better. Protection from Multicolor can randomly be very good also. And I got the Kabira Takedown. Okay, so I'm the only white drafter, or there are no people that are drafting like a main color white here. I'll take the Maul of the Skyclaves here, and basically all I need from this point onward is a bit of more of these early drops. There is the Hall of Oracles, but I'm not necessarily going to have a lot of instants or sorceries in here. So let's see. This is not a Strixhaven limited, so it's going to be a lot harder to get this thing, function. The Maul of the Skyclaves is obviously a crazy good card in any kind of a deck that plays a bunch of creatures. Alright, so here Cathar's Crusade is, of course, you can read the card, very strong, but it is a 5 mana enchantment. It doesn't do anything when you play this. There's also a Risk to Redeem It. It is an early drop. 1 mana 1/1. There's a Solemn Simulacrum, but I don't think I want to have any more 4-drops. I already have a couple of them. Icy Manipulator is kind of an all-around answer to many things, but it's pretty expensive. I feel like I just want to have the risk. Now the Solemn Simulacrum would be good pick with the Emerius Call and the Starnheim Unleashed, but I think 1-drop here makes more sense. Okay, there's a Lyra, there is a Archer of the Fallen. I think the 1-drop is more important. This is a great sideboard card against, some other aggressive decks, but this is the kind of card my deck just needs to be, successful, I think. And here, Castle Ardenvale, that's a nice pickup. There's a Jorion, but it's not really that amazing in my deck, and I'm not going to play a 60 card deck. It would really require white to be. I'm not even sure if you can play a monocolored 60 card deck. You could draft a 60 card deck that is 2-colored in cube easily, I think. But I'll take the Great Land here. So how many non-lands I have? 14. Thraben Inspector, it's not bad. There's a Bone Crusher Giant. Well, I'm not taking any red cards here. The Inspector, no, I'm actually just wanting to, that I took, there was the pack that had a Ranger of Years. It had also the Basri's Lieutenant, if I remember correctly. So I really would want to have the Ranger of Years now with these 1-drops. Fight as 1 isn't bad, but maybe I just take the Inspector. This might come back. Let's take the 1-2. And Oketra's Monument. Well, this is a good one. I'm going to have a bunch of creature spells here. And well, I'm not playing any out there colored and white, so let's take the Monument. So what it says, white creature spells cast a little bit less, and then I get white tokens when I play any creature spells. Okay, Felidar Retreat. Well, that is definitely a card I can play in this deck. 11 creatures, 6 non-creatures so far. I guess it counts the Imeria's Call as a land, as sorcery. Does it? I think it does. So I might play this as my 17th land, sort of. Well, anyway, Thalia is pretty nice. This is in regular limited very good, but it's a bit slow in cube. 3 mana to play, 3 mana to equip, so I'll just rather take the excellent 2-drop. It does, it's not completely upside. I have also non-creatures, but I've also maybe I think this will hurt the opponent more than it hurts me. Okay, I'll take the whole of the oracles. I'm never playing the 8 drop here, so I'll take this, but I don't think I'm gonna actually put it to the deck. I have only 1 instant and 2 sorceries, and out of those sorceries, one of them is the 7-drop. And I don't think the Pride of the Conquerors is going to be played here. None of this matters. Of course, Cube is always phantom drafted, so you don't obviously get to keep any of these cards. So I'm not going to sideboard any of this in. I mean, I guess if I were really going to sideboard some of these in, it could be like a Grim Lavamancer against some creature deck. And here, the Ferris Protection actually could be sideboarded against decks that have multiple rat effects or something like that. So let's take it. Let's see if I get back anything because there were several packs where there were two good options for me, and I of course only was able to pick one of them. So let's see if I still get them. Undo Inversion. I'm never playing this. This is just a land that enters tapped, and 8 mana destroy all non-land permanents isn't something this deck is never going to be interested in. Okay, fight as 1. Let's see how many humans I have. 6. Okay, that's actually exactly 6 humans and 6 non-humans. Funny. So it could work, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna main deck it. We'll see in deck building, I guess. I'm very close to 23 cards here, so I will have options. Nice options, and of course a lot of cards to cut, and I will have nice, sideboard options too. Alright, so at this point I'm obviously only interested in cards that are white or, colorless. Guardian Idol is okay, and this deck might benefit a little bit of the ramp effect, but I'm not sure I want to take it. Unbreakable Formation is okay. How about the Angel of Sanctions? This is a very strong one. I think I have no 5 mana cards. I'll take the Angel of Sanctions. This has the Embalm effect, so when opponent deals with this card, then I can still, if it deals with it so that it only goes to my graveyard, I can embalm it later. So it's a pretty strong one. This is also, removal. And sometimes even your creature decks just need removal to clear away for your attackers. Alright, so this pack has, of course, History of Penalia, Elspeth, Conqueror's Death, and a Clarion Spirit. Each of them fantastic cards. I don't think I'm taking the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I'm leaning towards History of Penalia, but this Clarion Spirit will be very good too. But I have a bunch of more expensive cards, so maybe the double spelling won't be that easy, but these knights are so great. How many other knights I have here? I have a few, well, only 2, so the pump effect mostly will affect the tokens the card generates. But this is just a good value. For 3 mana you get 2/2/2s with a delay, and then the pump effect is super relevant. So let's take the history of Benalia. Okay, Legion's Landing is Amaru. There's also Heliod, which is actually going to be good in this deck. I mean, it's going to be possible to get the devotion to 5. Alright. But Legion's Landing is very good too. So is Isamaru. I have... yeah, it's a very tough one. I could get this back as pick number 11. Do I want to have just 1 mana 2/2? I feel like I want to just have the 1 mana 2/2. I'll take it. And here, definitely Birth of Melodies is not interesting, but what would be great is the Heroic Reinforcements. But I don't have even any land that allows me to splash for it. And of course the Benalis Marshal means that I don't want to play any mountains in this deck. Alright. Don't think there's anything in this pack I want to have. Like Birth of Melodies. Well, let's take the Heroic Reinforcements if I for some reason want to splash for red. And here we have a... okay, nice red cards here. Alright, well, the Swift Response is the card I'm gonna have as a sideboard option. Lithoform Engine. Well, okay, there's a Seasoned Hollowblade. Let's take that. That's a fantastic card. Dromoka's Command. Yeah. Could be played in a green-white deck, but of course not here. Yeah, let's take the Hollowblade. And I get a Dauntless Bodyguard. Sure, that's pretty nice. And I get a 2 mana 2/1 flyer, which also... yeah, I could have gotten a good red-white deck too. But anyway, also this can foil opponents' graveyard synergies. And here, Sejiri's Shelter, rather than the Unbreakable Formation, because this is also a land. Doesn't cost me a spell slot. I have some cards I need to cut anyway, and I got the Clarion Spirit back. I think I'm gonna play it, even though I said I have some... well, it's gonna... yeah, I need to get the double spell only once, and it's already very good. And with these 1-drops, it's not gonna be that impossible. Oh, I get to still choose between these two. I think the Heliod is just higher impact card, so I'll take it. Alright, so this is gonna be interesting to... interesting to find the correct build for it. You could play something like a Scattered Groves as a cycling land, of course, because this does produce white and you can cycle this later in the game. But I am actually not interested in that because I do have a few of these expensive cards. So I don't need to play cycling lands. Boundless Enclave. Power 4 greater won't be happening. There's a Clifftop Retreat. If I, for some reason, want to splash for the heroic Reinforcements, it at least helps me with that a bit. But that's very unlikely. How many creatures? 19 before any cuts. Alright. Okay. Waiting for the server. Right. So, not going to be... I'm not having room for this in my main deck. It can be a very nice sideboard card though. Let's count the humans and non-humans currently. It's 11 non-humans and 8 humans currently before any cut. So this could easily have both modes active here. But let's see the cuts. First I will cut the lands and then I will put the MDFC lands on the side here. So this is now 3 lands here already with 24 cards that can never be lands. So I think the old wisdom from Zendikar Rising Limited that at least I kind of followed was that you don't want to play just 17 lands, including your modal double-faced cards, because you kind of lose the value. Because of course with 17 lands you can still get, I mean you can always get a mana screw. So while you can increase your threat density in the deck by playing, for example, in this deck, I could play 14 normal lands and then these 3 MDFCs, and I would have a lot of threats in my deck. But why wouldn't you also want to minimize the risk of actually getting a mana screw? This deck definitely doesn't want to have like 2 lands and then start missing the 3rd and 4th land drops. I want to get my land drops always the 3rd one and most likely also the 4th one and 5th one at some point. So it makes a lot more sense to kind of have a let's say with 3 MDFCs, I usually in Zendikar Rising would play 15 or 16 basic lands, depending on how heavy the mana curve of the deck was. So with 15 basic lands, I would be able to, well, not basic lands because I have here some non-basics, but you get the point. 15 lands plus the 3 MDFCs would allow me to play 18 lands in the deck, which makes it, less likely for you to have mana screw, but you still would have a bunch of spells in the deck because you can play these things as, spells instead of lands. So I'm not going to play just 14. I'm going to play 15 or 16 lands, and I think with this deck I'm leaning towards 15 maybe, although there is a Castle Ardenvale. Was there any other land? No, the rest of them were these, these MDFCs, not playing the Hall of Oracles or the Scattered Groves, no. So Castle Ardenvale, I guess I could play even 16 lands plus all these 3. Let's see how many easy cuts I have here, because I need to cut obviously something. Also this thing has landfall, won't do anything without it. Do I want to main deck it? I think it's high impact enough, I should main deck it. So I'm actually convinced now I want to play 16 lands. So 15 planes, 1 Castle Ardenvale and all these 3 MDFCs here. So that means I will be cutting here 4 cards. I guess at that point Pilgrim of the Ages will be one of the cuts. Even though it helps my expensive spells, it's really, I will have enough lands for them anyway. And then one of these, the Glorious Protector is still a flash flyer, can save. Oh, I'm not sure. How about some of the 1-drops? I guess I don't need all the 1-drops in here. Maybe the Thraben Inspector is... Yeah, sacrificing the artifact to draw a card still costs 2 mana, so it's pretty expensive. Basically what you can... this is like a 3 mana 1/2 that draws you a card. I mean, of course you don't have to pay the 3 mana all in the same turn, but basically this is what it is. So not as good as something like an Elvis Visionary. I think the Inspector can be cut here as the least impactful 1-drop. And then one other cut. I do like the Ministrant of Obligation. Getting those flyers can be very nice. Okay, there's a Monument. So currently it is 17 creature spells. It's quite a few creature spells, and let's see how many of my creature spells actually benefit from the discount. A lot of them. Basically all the cards that have generic mana in their cost benefit from it. And that's like, well, of course the 1-drops do not benefit, and the Benalis Marshal won't benefit from it. But all the other creatures will benefit from this thing. I also have the Benalis Marshal and the Felidar Retreat to really, benefit from the... having a lot of tokens definitely makes sense. I mean, it is a good synergy with these anthem effects, the pump effects, team pump effects. You know what I mean. I was just had difficulty explaining what I meant. I guess I could lose the Outside of Life's Bounty here from the main deck, because while this is very good, not all decks in Cube have like a lot of removal. And when the opponent doesn't have removal, of course you can still save your creatures that are about to trade in combat. Or I could just lose the Risk Redeemed. This is... Yeah, when am I gonna want to use 3 mana to make a 1/1 token? Maybe that's the card to cut here. I do like the 2 and 3 mana cards in here. The mana curve is still quite nice here. So I think this is the deck. So I'm gonna put the Castle Ardenvale here and steal 15 basics. So 15 lands here. Do I want to play the Scattered Groves? No, I don't. I actually also want to have the 1-drops available, although I guess that's not gonna be such a big problem because I will have so many untapped sources. The Emeria's Call can be untapped, and if I play 15 basics, that's gonna be 16 untapped turn 1 sources, so I guess I could play this just to have the option to have a cycling land, but I also do want to curve out perfectly. I want to go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. So maybe I shouldn't play any Ender Staffed lands here. I mean, of course I will play these MDFCs, but not like this cycling land. Alright, this is it. Did I miss any land here? No, I didn't. Not playing the Hall of Oracles, so let's put 15 basic lands, these ones. And let's play the games, or matches. Okay, I'm on the play. I wouldn't like to keep this kind of hand in this deck usually, but History of Penalia into Felidar Retreat into Angel of Sanctions is good enough. Also, one of the lands is the Token Maker, so this is a keep now. On the play. On the draw it would have been more awkward, but at least on the play. Alright, opponent is playing actually Lurus, and they did Mulligan to 6 currently. Now I can... Yeah, I don't have a lot of removal in the deck. But let's hope the Lurus won't be too relevant. Oh, what a 2-drop. That is fantastic. So now I'm curving here pretty perfectly. Follow Blade into History of Penalia, and I can trade with that. I mean, trade a card from my hand with that thing. I'm just gonna throw away a planes here. They unsurprisingly didn't block. No reason to show the Castle Ardenvale, although they might have some discard effects, so maybe next turn I should play the castle, because I want to rather discard a plains than a Castle Ardenvale. This is not a knight, this is a warrior, so won't get pumped by this. This makes cat beasts. This is just an angel. So they had the self-mill, they got the magmatic channeler in the graveyard, so when they play the Lurus at some point they can, you know, get some value out of it. Okay, Ebon Legion Knight, that is a good one. Okay, so we are trading here. This has Death Touch, so I can just trade with the 2-1 anyway right now. No reason to save this for the pump effect next turn. Okay, so let's see what they might have, a shock or something. I will have to discard 2 cards in that case. Okay, that is indestructible, so they just lose the knight now. Which is fine. I will play the retreat now, and next turn I'm dealing a bunch of damage to them. Well, they had an upgrade for that. Okay, won't be having a bunch of damage, but this is still going to deal, of course, 3. But I also got to spend a lot of their cards. If they play the Lurus, but they can't play this Lurus quite yet, of course, because they have to first use 3 mana. But now that they got rid of all my creatures here, they do have time for the Lurus now. If they're gonna try to kill the Hallowblade, I think I'm discarding the planes here still. There's no reason to even play the Angel of Sanctions quite yet. Although it is a 3-4 flyer, you don't have to use the enters the battlefield ability for anything, and I will get a token with the land. So maybe I will let this go if they have a removal spell for it. Also don't mind having lands for the Castle Odinvale. Okay, they go for the... that is disappointing. I guess I'll make it they make me discard 2 cards. So they get some very nice value. This has the Embalm, by the way. It is okay. Okay, so actually... Do I want to make it... I want to make a 2-2 here, yeah. Not give the counters. And that of course means I have nothing to make this indestructible anymore, but now I have the combination with the... I mean, I can make 1/1s and this can make them bigger. Now they are missing land drops there, and when I draw my 6th land I can still embalm the Angel of Sanctions. Okay, they had that thing, okay. That's no big deal. That's no big deal either. Okay, the lands are actually good. Do I want to exile the Shield Breaker? Embalm only as a sorcery. I think I might be better off making a token and giving a +1/+1 counter to every one of my guys. Although this Shield Breaker will be trading with the Hallow Blade in that case. If I exile it, I will get a big flyer here too. Okay, I will do it like this. I will make the flyer happen now. And now they don't. These get even vigilance from the Felidar Retreat. It's funny how many lands I got here, and I still... I mean, I have 2 lands in my graveyard, but thanks to the Felidar Retreat, it's no big deal. There's no way they can beat this board. Alright, so they have this kind of stuff. I don't have any artifacts, so this is going to be a... Well, it's still a 3 damage spell, it's very good, of course. Inscription of Ruin. Nothing that makes me want to have the Forsake the Worldly. Don't need to kill a Beaumont Courier. How about the Swift Response? So, Swift Response will be good against Magmatic Channeler, Knight of the Ebon Legion if they attack with it. Fight as 1. Oh, I do actually have a couple of artifacts. So they have upgrade for the Maul of the Skyclaves, for instance. That could be awkward. Okay, there's Monument. Well, they can kill this. It's just a 1/1, but they can get some good combats if they have the upgrade. And they can kill this thing mid-combat. I will also be on the draw. If they have a lot of removal equipment, could be bad. I guess I will sideboard out Maul of the Skyclaves and I will have to fight as 1 here. Let's check the human count. 7 humans, 9 non-humans, so almost a 50-50 selection. I'm not sure I care about the Swift Response. This is fine. Hey, I'm playing... How many lands it was? 19. I'm playing 19 lands here. 19 cards that can be played as lands. Well, I mean... Opponent did mulligan. I will mulligan too. I will have to draw the second land, so I don't want to risk it. Now this is a lot worse hand, but I'm not going to 5. Excuse me. At least I can foretell this on turn 2 and play this on turn 3 or something like that. Okay, this is a double white card, so it gives 2 devotion to this Heliod. Okay. Not so good to have a surprise blocker against the Death Touch attacker. Sign in blood, alright. So can I make this next turn? I can kill this, but I don't actually even want this to end up in the graveyard, so maybe I'll just take the Heliod. Okay, I'll play the Heliod. It won't be able to attack anytime soon, but not sure I want to play the Protector yet either. I would rather have an opportunity to maybe block something with it. I don't want to trade with the Gifted Aetherbone. And another Death Toucher. These Death Touchers are actually very good against me. Now I have the Dauntless Bodyguard that can help me, but even this gets Death Touch. Oh yeah, I'm actually losing this game now. The opponent curved out perfectly, while I of course didn't. So none of these are even, multicolored. So I will get a 2/2 when this dies thanks to the ability, but that's not really ideal. Okay, this becomes a 4/5 Death Toucher. Yep. I'm taking a bunch of damage here. Yeah, let's do it. It's not ideal, but I don't want this to grow. It also would have become a 2/3. Of course, if they could have pumped it and make it so, but at least that would have used their turn here. But I can now start using the Heliod's ability. That is not irrelevant. This has also vigilance, so I can gain life and I can give counters to my guys. Now the counters would have been great synergy with this thing. Peerless Mirror, okay. Well, that thing that can just trade with the... Let's see. Can I do something with the Glorious Protector here? I'll play this now. And perhaps... Well, if I use this for 2 mana, it of course means that I won't be able to play the Protector. Let's attack with it now. See how they block. I don't have to use the Heliod here. If they block with the mirror, I can just trade with it. Well, they can do that thing too, but that's not so great for them. Because now I can, save it from dying anyway. And now I can give it lifelink. Yeah, I will keep it lifelink, so that I will get a counter out of this deal. It is indestructible, so they can just, ping me for 2 damage. This becomes a 3/3. And then I can still play the Usher of the Fallen, or I can save this up. Now I'll play the Usher here. Now I don't have a Devotion 5 coming up now. I don't. Because this of course has no mana cost. This is a double white, but it is still only 4. Unless I draw a white permanent, of course. But they're very good start. This is going to be a problem. Of course, also the Lurus will be a problem here. But the Death Touchers here are gonna be bad. I guess I'll just have to block the Myre Triton with the Usher. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm not going to block now. I'd just rather use the Heliod here. Okay, I get a bunch of lands here. Do I need a Glorious Protector here? I guess I can make it a big lifelink flyer here. But I can have the 1/1 token to block the Myre Triton, so yeah, okay. Okay. And I can also give it lifelink. So I'm gonna make the Usher here actually bigger, because the 1/1 can just block the Myre Triton anyway. And then I can get another counter when they attack. And if they don't attack, I don't mind. That's fine for me. Okay, they have a bunch of removal. Nothing I can do about that. They can attack for 1. They can do that. Okay, I can now go for the double spell here. Yes, I can both activate this and play the... Okay, let's do it like this. Attack here. Give it a counter. And then I'm actually should have played the Glorious Protector here first. I actually wanted to give this one the counter. That is the case. But I guess I'll just give it to the token then. But I will play this just to get the token out of that. And there's no point using this. So let's see if they can answer the Glorious Protector. They have been stuck at this amount of mana, of course. Which means they have a lot of spell still. But they have a lot of removal, as you can see. Well, maybe not a lot. Well, I just, traded a bunch of my stuff. Alright, so definitely block here. And if they want to use 3 mana to pump the Knight of the Ebon Legion, I don't mind about that. Let's do it. Okay, that's exactly what they do. But I'm gonna start getting so much life here. I can give all my creatures lifelink. I'm getting 7 life here. Oh, Remorseful Cleric will be actually funny when they... Yeah, that will be, but I'm... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, this is actually going to give me the Heliod also. Oh, they have 1 mana spell, so that kinda does mean that the Heliod might not be able to attack if they get to kill one of these. But let's see what happens now that I do attack with all of these. Yeah, they have something for 1 red here. But 1 red won't be killing the Glorious Protector, so I can keep a lifelink to it anyway, and then probably the token, because if they have something like a Lightning Bolt, I'd rather them kill the token than the Clarion Spirit. Also, if they kill the token, I actually don't lose devotion. That is good too. And the 5 damage here doesn't actually matter so much. Me gaining life is a lot more important right now, and this can't give the life link to itself. They don't have a 3 red mana, so I don't have to exile their graveyard because of the Devil's Play. That's not gonna be a factor anytime soon. So they actually did have a... That is one way to deal 4 damage with 1 red only. I kind of forgot that lightning axe is in here. Okay, well, not much I can do about it. That happened. I still get 2 life here, and I guess I'll just... Am I going to block the Ebon Legion and exile? I will keep the counter to the token. Because I have the option to block this thing. I can just take 5, of course. But I feel like I will get rid of the graveyard now. I don't have to worry about the Devil's Play. But I will still be gaining a bunch of life here. The Lurus won't find anything to return so far. They do have the Castle Lothwain, of course. Okay, I'm just getting all these lands. This is pretty awkward. Do they still have a removal here? I'm gonna be annoyed if they still have a way to deal with the creature I have here. Because I might not... Oh yeah, they have lightning bolt. I guess I would have lost if I didn't go for... Yeah, I would have lost if I didn't go for the block there. That is funny. But look at that. And then they have the Castle Lothwain there too, to really just keep drawing cards. But at least the Lurus won't find anything. But they can block with these, give it death touch. I need more creatures here. Beaumont Courier, alright. They're gonna raise me? No, they don't. Yeah, okay, that is just awkward. The Knight of Leban Legion here. And I still draw land here. Wow, I'm actually losing here. I'm going to 10. Well, not exactly gonna lose, but I'm very close to losing here. Wow, all these lands. No, I'm gonna go to 9 life here. Yes, then they will be able to deal, what, 7? Well, I guess I deal increasing amounts of... I mean, I will gain increasing amounts of life with this thing. But they can also do the trick with the Beaumont Courier. They can block with it and sacrifice it. But they're not interested in that. Maybe they just want to draw a card. Oh, they get double activation. I just lose now. Alright, well, that was... Yeah, they had the 6 lands, but they had to draw it. Alright. Well, this was a pretty kind of a different amount of lands that we drew in this game. I got 9. They got, what, 6. Alright, well, what do I do? Against all the removal, the Maul of the Skyclaves is going to be pretty risky. I want to have creatures, not ways to enhance my creatures. I think the swift response now, even though I will be on the play and I could be the aggressor, I might need to get some of the guys, you know, to deal with some of the guys, although now I haven't had a starting hand that, well, okay, in the game 1 I actually did draw the Seasoned Hollowblade for turn 2, but I guess I just want to curve out and then destroying tapped creatures. It's really the Knight of the Ebon Legion that's mostly the problematic thing. What would I cut here? I'm not cutting anything. That's the deck. Let's hope to curve out well. Okay, that is curving out well. I could... Okay, the opponent also has been somewhat unlucky. They have mulliganed in each of the games. I will play the Life's Bounty thing right now because I wanna just go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop here. It would be nice to maybe try to get the double spell for this thing. It would be possible to do it like on turn 3. Or they had that. I'm disappointed. They had the best card, well not the best card, but the incredibly good 1 drop here that actually is going to cause some trouble to me now. And they have so many removal that the Benalis Marshal is quite likely to be killed right away. Okay, well that will be a good one. So this is an easy turn. Let's take the Benalis Marshal now. And I will, if it gets killed, then it gets killed. I know I could save until I can leave the Alseid mana up, but I'd rather just do it like this. And then next turn I can have the Starnheim unleashed. They do it like that. That must mean they have... I don't know if they're gonna kill the Benalis Marshal right now. Then they didn't have to trade away the Alseid. Maybe they don't have a removal for it right now. In which case it would be perfect for me to foretell this thing. But no, they do. Why did they trade the... Well, I'm happy about that trade, of course, but... Okay, there's Monument. White creature spells. Well, it's actually not doing anything right now. I will just foretell this thing. I could have made a 4/4, I do realize that, and it would be good to... actually have to leave this as a blocker. I have the Sejiri Shelter here. I don't want to let the Beaumont Courier get any more cards here. They might just get the Lotus here, of course, and that's gonna be awkward. Okay, let's see. Oh, they still have a Lightning Bolt? No. Maybe not. Okay, this is pretty easy now that I drew the land. I will just attack with the Spirit. And have a couple of 4/4 flyers. And let's see if this is enough. Do they have more removal? They actually had 2 removal spells that would be able to deal with the 4/4s. The burn-based removal. Well, they can have a Lightning Axe, of course. But let's see if they have more removal. They have only 2 cards in their hand. If I draw any white creature, I will be... well, not maybe any, but cheap enough white creature, I can get the double spell happen. Because this will mean my... that will mean that my 3-drop creatures will also be 2 mana spells. And my only 3-drop that is a triple white has already been used. But I guess I can still draw a 4-drop creature. But yeah, these tokens will be pretty tough for the opponent to handle now. They also have Vigilance. Okay. Why not? So, do I even want to attack with the Clarion Spirit here? I don't think I do. Because when the vessel, dies, they can play a Lotus and then cast this. So I definitely don't want the vessel to ever die here. Plus I want to maybe make some tokens. Oh, they have a Lightning Axe, do they? Wow. Well, that was good for them. I will play the Plains, but I won't be playing the Monument because I want a double spell. Okay, so they had... Alright. At least they can't cast the black costing ones, but they can play the Magmatic Channeler, yeah. Okay, they can also just switch. Okay, that's fine. Never gonna block this thing, of course. So they get 2 cards now. They can cast the Beaumont Courier post combat if they want. Yeah, they have 2 cards in their hand. This shows for some reason only 1, but this here is the correct information. 2 in hand. So let's see if I can draw some non-lands this time. Previous game I lost because I flooded out. And let's see if that happens now. I have only 9 planes in the deck. The rest of the cards are not basic planes. Okay, Angel of Sanctions will be... I won't be able to actually... Okay, so now I'm getting a bit punished by not playing the monument. This is literally... After having 6 lands in here, this is the only creature. But do I have some 5-drop creatures here? Because any 4-drop creature I could play with the monument, because this will make them cost 3 mana. And the only 3-drop creature I had here with triple white cost is already in the... Well, no, I would have even been able to cast that. So this was the only one that kind of punished me a bit here. But it's still fine. I mean, I get to deal with the Laros, so they need to have a removal for this thing. And I guess I'll just do it right away. Attack for 7. But yeah, I would have... I missed out on the 1/1 token now. Let's see if they have another way to deal with to kill a 4 toughness creature. And even if they do, they still can get embalmed. So let's see if I can actually now finish with my flyers. Okay, that is not relevant now. They can get another card with that thing. Do I want to block here? They could have a lightning bolt in their hand. But they do get to find additional cards with this thing. But if they have a lightning bolt, my clock is going to be slower. So I guess I'll just let them, attack and get some additional cards then. Okay, a land, of course. So, well, this has many lifelink. I guess they have to block with the Valentin now. But now they can really, because I didn't block on the previous turn, they can, do this thing again. So am I gonna do it right now? They will gain 1 life with the lifelinker. But no blocks. I will just play around lightning bolt here. These flyers will be lethal, so they would have to sacrifice this thing, and they would have to have answer for these flyers now. And they had the lightning bolt, so I did correct. That was a correct choice to play around it. So 2 cards in their hand. Can they find something? Well, they are not doing anything right now, so I assume still a land. Wow. Let's see if they got something now. Something that exiles the Angel of Sanctions. That would be... Well, that's not enough. They have to kill the 4/4. Okay, this figure isn't enough. Okay, good. Well, what a match. And I did draw these lands, but my first pick in the draft was Starnheim Unleashed, and without this thing I wouldn't have won this game. Okay, I'll keep it. I'm on the draw here, but it's fine. 1 drop, 2 drop. And then 5-drop that I most likely will be able to play on turn 5. And they have a good start too, but I have now good continuation with the 3-drop. That is pretty fantastic. Am I gonna trade with the 1/1 just to make them be less? Oh, that's nasty. That is very nasty. No, I don't necessarily want to give them the flip for this thing. I will actually trade here. But yeah, I can exile this with the Angel of Sanctions at least. But yeah, I really wanted to, you know, prevent this from flipping early enough, because this is also an additional land. When they get this early in the game, the tempo boost can be relevant, so I'd rather them not flip this. So they will need to attack with 3 creatures in order to flip it. It's not happening correctly. So they could have a counterspell here, but I'm gonna still play the History of Penalia, although it is... I have a turn 5 Angel of Sanctions. Of course, when this becomes a 3/3 and it becomes it very easily, I can't attack with my 2/2 tokens, but I can attack with the 4/3 tokens on turn 5. And because of the Emirates Call, I will have also the 5th mana for the Angel of Sanctions. So it makes sense to play this ring now, and they didn't have any spell here either, so that's pretty good. They do play 4 colors here, so let's see how no, not 4, 3 colors. But if they have the mana fixing, it maybe not doesn't hurt them too much. Okay, well, not blocking here. That's of course going this with any instant or sorcery. This gets a counter. So I will need to have like maybe the swift response, because this is just something I can't deal with unless I have the Angel of Sanctions, of course. All right. Well, this 4-drop was nice, better than the Ministrant of Obligation here. Let's see what happens when I try to attack here. Do they have like a collected company there? Secret. Well, that is annoying as... Oh man, that is... Okay. They exile my token, kill my... Not pretty nice 2-for-1 here. No, 3-for-1, because they also got a creature. They dealt with 2 of my creatures. And have still a 2/2 first striker there. So that's pretty annoying. Guess well, this is a knight at least. Both of these will get a pump effect on the next turn. I'll give the counter to the lieutenant here. But yeah, that one card was just... I mean, how was I supposed to play around this specific card? I was assuming they have some kind of thing. But that was just... that was amazingly bad for me. I just lost my good stuff there. Well, let's see if the Angel of Sanctions... Well, it has to exile actually the Toski now, maybe, because this thing is indestructible. Yeah, it has to do that. It has to attack, but I don't want to miss out. I mean, I'm dealing here 6 damage here. So, unless they do some blocks here, I'd rather deal the 6 here. And then I still have the Ministrant, and if I draw a couple of more lands, I can even have the Emirates Call here, but they need to deal with the flyer now. It will win in a couple of draws. Okay, that means that my ground guys won't be doing anything, but that still means that they... Okay, another flyer here. That's pretty nice. It is a non-angel, by the way, so it can't exile this thing. Not that I necessarily want to do that, but just a point. Alright, so none of them have a reach. This thing can attack and block. They have a City's Blessing now, so there's not much anything else to do than this. And then I will have the Glorious Protector and the Angel of Sanctions. I'm just thinking about... no, I can't play both of them, even if I play the Emirates Call. Yeah, let's just do like this. So if they have ways to gain life, if they have ways to kill 2 of my flyers or block 2 of my flyers. So I don't think I care about that one thing. I could double block it, of course, but sure. Let's see what they have. All I care about is that they don't have ways to kill my flyers. Or they get 2 life, but they also don't have anything else. So I will win here now. Flyers were very important here now. Okay, so they have some kind of a... What is this? Bant? Cosmos Elixir. Is this like a banned good stuff? Oh, this is mostly green-white. I never saw any blue cards, so they probably splash for something blue. So the Cosmos Elixir. Do I want to exile it with this thing? Do I want to have the swift response because this Dragon's Guard Elite can be pretty annoying? I have to be aware of the secret at least. It's very good against like most of my ground guys. Maybe I should have the fight as one. Yeah, that will work against secret, not against the exile effect, but it is a first striker, so I can make my guy indestructible. In which case, I can actually beat the secret in combat. Does this make my history of Benelia a bit worse because they can just exile a token? I'm not happy about cutting this, but it might be, it's just so bad against secret. It's very good otherwise. I think I still might do it. And the flyers were good. I'm thinking about the swift response, but I mean, if this is the only card I care about killing there, how about the Cosmos Elixir? It can be annoying, but... Well, this thing has cycling though. I guess I can cycle it. What is the least impactful 2-drop here? Sephet of the Flock, that's not bad either, but... Maybe the Isamaru is. Okay, Isamaru goes away, I will take the Forsake the Worldly. Sure. Okay, now I do have 2 lands here. It's good enough. 1-drop, 2-drop. If I get the Heliod, it's also a nice combination with the Alzade. Yep. Of course I do want to draw more lands, but we'll see. Thalia can be annoying for them if they have only non-creatures there. It does hurt my Felidar Retreat and the Starnheim Unleashed. Oh, they had the Legions landing there. That was disappointing. Alright, and I didn't draw the land yet, so that's also disappointing. The reason this was disappointing that now they have a good block on the Alzade. I guess I can still trade with the 1-1 and get a counter on Thalia. This will be a creature spell even though it's not a creature when it enters the battlefield, so Thalia won't tax that. Alright, they have an elite spellbinder. Sure. So they'll just take the Heliod away. Because it's the only thing I can actually... Well, I suppose I just cycle the Forsake. Well, Well, if they have an answer for the Hilliard, then they don't. Okay, they take the Starnham Unleashed. That's not gonna be relevant anytime soon. So I'm not sure I care about that. But I can attack with the first striker. Yep. 4 cards drawn, none of them was a land. And I play here in this deck 19 cards that can be lands. I guess I could have just traded with this, but no, when I have it heated, but they're gonna have some creature here, right? I can't attack with the Alseid. Well, they can't block with that, but still, imagine if I just drew a land now, an untapped land. I would be getting life with this thing, and this would give a counter to like a Thalia or something. That is awkward. Well, let's play this and save. I will protect Thalia and get 1 life back. But I'm just losing to their... I mean, they have soon City's Blessing here. They only need 2 more permanents, and they have the 5/5 here. Am I gonna take the Swift Response? Elite Spellbinder is a 3/1 flyer, pretty annoying, although... I don't know, I think if I just curve out normally, it shouldn't be any problem here. I mean, this is mana trouble here now. I don't need a Swift Response, I just need to, you know, play my threats, and that's it. But it's just, I'm falling behind because I'm only having these 2 mana here. Okay, they didn't have 2 permanents for the Sword Tooth, so there is that. And sure, I won't be blocking that. I guess I could, it would prevent them from... Okay, I will block it actually, because that prevents also them, it keeps them away from the City's Blessing as well, so let's do that. Come on, land. Okay, so now I'm gonna just play the Heliod and see what happens. They do have something. That could be the secret again. Well, if it's secret, then I will concede. That was a bit too much to handle. So I don't think I need a Swift Response if I can just play my curve normally. So yep, let's just try to have a good starting hand. Because this deck shouldn't have problems with that. There's no color issues. There's only the amount of spells and lands, and my mana curve is very good. They should be able to hit plays. Now this one is a perfect example of a good starting hand. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. They mulligan, but they do play 3 colors. I haven't seen that many blue cards. Have I seen any blue card? Do I want to leave the Shepherd as a spell and make a 1/1 or a 3/1 here? I think I would rather have the 3/1. Although they might have something like a secret. But this is so good. Threat. Okay, I will play this. Because a 3 power 2 drop. If they have no 2 drop of their own, I can actually start doing quite a lot of damage here now. The other option was that I have a 2/1 and a 1/1. Now I have a 5 power instead of 3 power, and that would be very relevant. Unless they have a good blocker. They have a blocker. I don't mind. And this would have blocked the 1/1 token. They go for the Scry. How do they Scry? So yeah, it is a green-white deck that has some blue there, which I don't know about, or I don't remember about. But most of the cards I've seen, they have been white and green. So they kept one on top, 1 went to bottom. So of course I'm just trading here. I don't care about saving any of my guy. And okay, that is actually better for me. I don't care about the 1/1s. I will play the Ministrant here. I don't need to show them the castle. So now if they have a secret, yeah, that's fine. If they play a white mana source and a past turn, I don't mind. Secret, I beat the Sejiri Shelter. I can deal with the secret, but they don't have an untapped source. Let's see if they have a 2-drop. Birth of Meletis. Alright, so that's gonna be able to block my guys. Well, not yet, but soon. They will gain some life from it too. So am I gonna play the Emery's Call in this game? This could be actually a very long game. I'm thinking about the Sejiri Shelter. Should I actually just not? No, I will not play it at least yet. I will keep it. I can play it later because I definitely want to, you know, play the Emery's Call here as a spell because this can easily have the ground. Okay, so that's also okay. Well, I can just block the Tusky here. I can also block the Tusky with the Ministrant. I think I'm doing that. But now the question is, do I want to have the Sejiri Shelter? Do I play one of these as land now? That is a good question. I think with the Clodes Protector I have a chance to finish the game before this becomes relevant. But if they can answer the Protector, there's not that many ways for me to... Well, I will get 2 1/1 flyers here now. Because this thing has to attack. I will be blocking it and getting the Afterlife trigger. It's quite nice to leave the Sejiri Shelter here up. I guess I'll just play this as a land. I also want to start making the tokens with the Castle Ardenvale. There's no attack for me here right now. Well, no good attack at least. Let's hope they don't have like a Baneslayer Angel. That would be pretty... Yeah, I would lose to that. Or Lyra. Which one? I don't know if both of them are in the cube. I think only one of them is in the cube. Anyway, a big flying lifelinker for the opponent would be very bad for me. Let's take the tokens and see what is their play. If I draw a ton of lands now, I will be... Okay, they kill everything. Let me see, I can just eternalize this thing, so I'm definitely letting this happen now. Play the Protector, because I could have saved these guys, but then the Protector would have died. This is better. And now I can make a 4/4 double striker. But yeah, the thing is that now I might just draw a ton of lands here and the Emeria's Call would have been a pretty relevant card in that case. I will now not have mana for the Sejiri Shelter, which is sad. But yeah, definitely I'm not gonna let them draw a card. Okay, that is... Oh, that can be just a win for me. Oh, that is right. They don't have a way to deal with the flyer. Nope. And if this gets protection from green, they can't block it, and it's a double striker. So that's 11 damage. Okay. Well, I had fun. I wouldn't play the game if I didn't have fun. on the draw again. But let's see if I can curve out. Okay, this is good. Only 2 lands, but I can play 4 of my spells still. They can take anything away. I guess they can take the 1-drop, but it is the lowest impact card, so... But it is the thing they can take it just to slow me down if they want to. Hello Blade was not a surprise, it's a very good card. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the Spirit for a potential double spell. So I'm gonna go for the Pouncer into History of Benalia. Now they have a mana ramp. Okay, that's gonna be good too, but not yet. I'll just play the double striker here. Let's see if they have a blocker here that can prevent my attacks. This is also a knight, by the way, the fairy. They can not do anything too crazy here. I guess they can draw a card and they can then... how much loyalty does it have? It enters with 4... 3, yeah, okay. I guess the fairy can survive another turn. Oh no, it enters with 3 loyalty. Okay, you printed card, yeah, okay. So it enters with 3 loyalty, so that means I can attack with both guys to the fairy and they... Well, no, if they plus it again, yeah, then it will be at 1 loyalty. Sure. If the opponent has something like a language, though, that is gonna be problematic. So they discarded Ashiok. That's something I don't care about. So they're now at... It's at 1 loyalty. Well, I'm just losing to a language, of course. I'm not going to play around it. I'm not gonna beat if they are playing some spot removal either. So I try to overwhelm them. They said blue to this thing. So now it is at 2 loyalty. But if they're not going to tap out, I probably have to just... Of course I could just ignore the fairy and, attack them. They would be at 12 now. Sublime Epiphany. But if they have the mass removal, I don't want them to get to, double time warp here. Alright, that is not so good when they have now nothing else to sacrifice for it. But they can also, block my guys with this being a 3/3. But this says sacrifice another creature to make it indestructible, and sadly my history isn't yet going to get the final chapter. So what I'm going to do here is... I could kill the Teferi by losing one of my guys. And I think I have to do it. If they have a 1 mana interaction spell, like a Disfigure or something like that, it will be very bad. But I will sacrifice one of my knight tokens, I'm assuming here. Okay, no interaction there, so I finally got rid of the Teferi. They actually discarded stuff like Colahan's Command and Sublime Epiphany, so they must have something pretty good there. Okay, Clarion Spirit and Starnheim Unleashed will be foretold, of course. Next turn my knights, of which I have to... What? I don't think they were losing the game yet. Alright. Well, anyway, this was a knight, so next turn both this and this would have gotten the +2/+1. But it wasn't like anywhere close to victory, and I didn't even have another spell here. Well, opponent chose to concede there anyway. So how about fight as one? It could be something good. How bad is going to be the Mall of the Skyclaves? I again feel like it can't be that great if they have a bunch of removal. It can be very good also, but maybe I'll just... How about the Ferris protection? All permanents you control phase out. Well, I didn't see a mass removal. I'm assuming they have some. Nah, I'll do it like this. Well, 6 lands. Okay, that's a lot better, and I will not keep... I guess I'll play the Shelter on turn 1 tapped anyway, unless I draw a Plains. Okay, they have a Crypt Breaker. Okay, so... I guess they can just go off with this thing. Well. Let's take the Cleric now. So they can make zombie tokens and then they can start drawing cards with them. Okay. But I have here good stuff going on myself. Next turn, most likely History of Benalia. Then, most likely Clarion Spirit into Usher. And then the Benalis Marshal. So they only need 3 zombies to start drawing cards. Fatal Push. Well, you can exile your island then. Do they have a land drop? Yes, they do. And they can discard another. Okay, well, turn 1 Crypt Breaker if they have all more removal. Can be bad, but they at least lose a life for each card, but they are at the L18, so it's not really that troublesome for them. Yeah, I'll play the History of Benalia. Ideally, I will next turn draw the untapped land for the Clarion Spirit into Seasoned Hollowblade, and then the turn after that, Benalis Marshal into Usher. But we'll see. Platinum Angel. I have like one answer in my main deck for it. Inquisition, alright, well, it's good, but I still have good plays available. But of course with the Benalis Marshal and the flying spirit tokens it would have been very high impact. But I guess they could have had just, spot removal for this thing. But now they had started drawing cards, and that's very bad for me. Emery's Call won't be that relevant here, so... Spirit into Hollowblade. So I will play this as a land, that's what I was trying to say here. And I won't be attacking now, because next turn this will be a 3 toughness creature. Now they can just trade with one zombie here. I'd rather make it a 3 toughness creature and then force them to double block. But now this starts, the card drawing business starts right now. Well, the more damage I can deal to them. Oh, that's annoying. It's as if the opponent has just removal into removal into removal. But yeah, the more damage I deal to them, the less they can draw cards. But they can still draw a bunch of cards. Elspeth's Nightmare. It exiles non-creature, non-land. Alright. Well, at least I can double spell here now. And I guess I'm gonna trade the Clarion Spirit, so I should do this pre-combat. Although, no, I will trade the Hollow Blade too. Whatever. At least I have 2 1/1 flyers here. Well, they will lose 2 of the zombie tokens right now. So they will have to make another zombie before they can draw more cards. And the Adorned Pouncer, by the way, must not die here, because it will get exiled. It can die if I have the 5th land available, but let's see if that happens. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna play the... Yeah, I'm not attacking with the Pouncer because I don't want it to die now. But I think I'll play just a 4/4 token here. And I don't mind these trades happening. At least they have discarded the Platinum Angel, so that could be problematic for me. Let's see if they are just gonna make any blocks here. They can discard, you know, to make it a zombie token, and then, but they can't draw a card. And they will just trade those things, which is fine. They have no cards in their hand. And I have a 4/4 flyer and 2 1/1 flyers. And the Pouncer is problematic when I get to eternalize it. So I'm in a pretty good shape actually, now that they have used most of their cards to make zombies. And then, yeah, that is it. That was not enough. I had these flyers they couldn't deal with. So that was a clean match. Didn't lose a game there. And that was a clean event with 3 wins. Got a bit of gold and some cards that I will see soon. Well, I never got to go off with the Oketar's Monument. I got to go off once with the Retreat. Angel of Sanctions was pretty good. And the Starnheim Unleashed also. All in all, quite nice deck, I think. So what kind of cards? I have only gems. So that was it. I think earlier I said if I have cube drafts, I will have them as bonus uploads. But excuse me. Man, what was that? Okay. So sorry. Oh, no. Now I can maybe talk. So this has been a pretty busy month, this June to me now, and will continue being quite busy. So I won't be able to draft that much. So I will have only one draft a day, whether it's a cube draft or a Strixhaven draft. So if you are wanting to see more of those Strixhaven drafts, I will have those coming up, but not necessarily every day. But I guess Strixhaven is also quite seen at this point, and there will be coming Dominaria drafts, Premier drafts later in this month. I will be playing also those. And I'm actually just waiting for the next set, the Dungeons and Dragons set. That will be released in about a month from now. But I will have, Strixhaven draft still coming up. But no more videos than one per day in the month of June, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.